Straight ahead on 12 News, eyes on a big prize, how a Northview teacher's summer could turn into a crowning achievement. Plus, a sinking feeling on some local golf courses, what all this recent rain has done to their bottom line. But first, celebrating what will soon become the new majority.
I like it very diverse. Yeah, you know, it's teaching our kids something as well.
The city embraces its rich diversity. 12 News starts right now.
Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. Brooklyn Park still praises its potato farming past, but it is also celebrating its future.
That future lies in its diversity. Last year, the city of 77,000 was 52% white, but that number will decrease in the coming years. Sonia Goins has more on the city's increasing diversity.
Look around Brooklyn Park and you'll see people from different races and ethnic backgrounds.
We're already at 51% people of color. And that includes African Americans, African culture, Southeast Asians.
Many of the stores and shops are reflective of the diverse community.
They want to raise their children here. They like to shop at the local grocery stores where they can buy their ethnic foods and ingredients. It's just easy access and it's convenient.
Now, researchers estimate the white population will go down to 50% in the next 5 years. And what that means is there will be an equal amount of minorities living in the city.
People have a sense of community here. People like the proximity. It's easy access to 694, 169, 252.
I've been here 12 years now.
Dante Williams says he moved to the city because of the diversity.
Actually, I love it. My kids are half white, half black, so that's something we thrive on, and that's one reason in particular why we moved into this area.
The fastest growing minority populations in Brooklyn Park are African, Black, and Asian populations.
Our Twin City become like a multicultural community, but we still concentrate on our own group, you see.
The Reverend helped to form the Council of Asian Pacific Minnesotans.
I support for diversity. That make our country so rich.
He says there's still work to be done when it comes to people getting to know people outside of their culture.
We just see each other across the street. We haven't come to shake hands or talk to each other yet.
He also says that city officials should get to know the diverse communities they serve a little better.
I think that the public sector, the public officer have to come to know the community, so to know that they serve to the public, and we can feel at home with them.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Brooklyn Park will celebrate its diversity at the upcoming Diversity Fest. The event on Saturday, June 14th will feature ethnic food, crafts, and entertainment.
Some local golf courses say all of the recent rainfall has soaked up some of their business. At Edinburgh, USA, rain in April actually pushed back an improvement plan a few weeks. Course construction is now underway, but manager Don Barry says our wet spring has taken a toll on business.
We're down 10% from last year, but that's comparing to another poor year. So I'd say from average, we're down about 20%. And some of it's weather, certainly, but a lot of it is our renovation project.
Other golf courses like Theodore Wirth and Centerbrook reported similar problems. Centerbrook actually closed last Sunday because a creek between holes 1 and 2 overflowed and left the holes underwater. It's now back open for business, though. The rainfall has also created boating restrictions on Lake Minnetonka. A high water ordinance is in effect for the entire lake, meaning boaters have to reduce their speed to minimize wakes. The restrictions are necessary to reduce shoreline erosion. Lake levels are the highest in decades. We also checked with Plymouth about Medicine Lake, and they currently do not have any restrictions in place.
Maple Grove now has the green light to continue developing the old gravel mining area. The city's comprehensive plan calls for turning about 600 acres into an office and industrial area. That's a little over half of the gravel mining area. Maple Grove asked the state to establish a tax increment financing district on the land to pay for infrastructure like streets and sewers. It was the third request for the city, and this year the legislature said yes. Plans are in the very early stages, but city officials say now that they have the funding, they can begin laying out requirements for projects, and they say they will evaluate each project individually to determine if it's the right fit.
Another Maple Grove project officials consider vital to the city is moving forward. The City Council this week approved a concept plan for the proposed Tricare Development just west of Menards and north of County Road 30. A developer proposes a mixture of office, retail, and 3-story apartment buildings. It's a 96-acre site, 40% of which is wetland. Most of the wetland won't be be impacted. The city considers the project an important one because of its close proximity to the future Highway 610 interchange.
The Golden Valley Company has already established an impressive resume building Minnesota's sports facilities, and now Georgia is on its mind. Mortenson Construction was picked to help build the nearly $700 million new baseball stadium for the Atlanta Braves. Mortenson, of course, led construction of Target Field and is currently the lead on the new Vikings Stadium. Mortenson also oversaw construction of TCF Bank Stadium and the XL Energy Center. Well, the last day of school is a time to celebrate a year of academic growth and look forward to the path that lies ahead.
And that's true for both students and teachers. Today, Blaine Cleveland introduces us to a Northview Junior High teacher who just wrapped up her first year in the classroom and now has her eye on a big summer prize.
I need to try to hit the green pin.
On the last day of school,
It's bowling, it's not baseball, so you can't like chuck it.
this art class at Northview Junior High is more about fun and games than it is about learning.
Oh, that was really close.
But why wouldn't it be with summer vacation on the horizon?
Yeah.
For first-year teacher Rachel Ladda,
I love learning about different kinds of cultures, so just coming to this school really helped open my eyes up even more. Nice try.
she admits this year was a growing experience.
My first year was just all about learning about the community here and learning about these students. When I first started, it wasn't easy, and it's not easy.
Engagement, relationships, and
It might not have been easy, but Principal John Gronke says she's made quite the impression this first year.
probably what impresses me most is her passion for art, her passion for helping kids see art for more than just,
You have creativity.
maybe what I learned in art, and really have them appreciate and get a passion for it and that.
So these are all tools.
Yet while Ladda prides herself on being an art teacher,
This is the traveling case.
she also wears a different hat, or to be more specific, a crown.
Yes, aside from being Miss Laddiff, I'm actually Miss St. Paul.
Ladda earned her crown in January, which means that she'll now go on to compete for the Miss Minnesota title next week.
The thing that's so important about Miss Minnesota is that now I can take my platform that was at a community level and I can bring that to a statewide level.
Her platform is cultural competency, which revolves around using art to help students find and enhance their voice.
It's all about just getting students to want to make a change through their artwork.
Today, her reach is limited to Brooklyn Park. She hopes it extends beyond that.
With a supportive school and a little bit of passion, it can get you pretty far.
In Brooklyn Park, Blaine Cleveland, 12 News.
The preliminary competition for Miss Minnesota begins Wednesday with the winner crowned on Saturday, June 14th. The winner will go on to the Miss America pageant. So good luck out there to Rachel. We'll
Yeah,
be rooting for her.
absolutely. Go get them.
Coming up, school is ending for the summer and Standout student is too. We end the school year on a high note with a senior from Brooklyn Center.
Then later in sports, Maple Grove wins big in its opener at the state softball tournament.
But first, it's your AccuWeather forecast. There's a chance of storms on Thursday and Friday. Our final Standout student for this school year is in the home stretch.
Just days away from graduation now, this Brooklyn Center senior is the school's valedictorian, and she's still hard at work.
Selena Cortez has just 2 final exams before graduation, but that doesn't mean this valedictorian at Brooklyn Center is coasting. It's not about grades for this shy 18-year-old, it's about learning.
If you haven't learned what you study for that test, and you only do it just to study for that test to get a good grade, then you're not really learning, you're just doing it for that grade. And I do it just so I can learn.
Bookish and focused on her studies, Selena expresses herself through art, her sketchbook always nearby.
This one is from a video game that I play called Soul Calibur.
Guidance counselor Kelly Hillstead describes Selena as a silent leader.
She's very smart, works very hard, but is kind of in the background, but comes out as a leader when she needs to.
Wait, it's in the book, isn't it? It's in the book.
Selena is coming out of her shell this year thanks in part to participation in a program called Genesis Works.
They're placed in an internship, so they come to school in the morning and then they go and work and they get paid for their job. at a Fortune 500 company here in the Twin Cities. It is a fantastic program.
Every afternoon, Selena goes to Target's northern campus in Brooklyn Park, where she works a part-time job in IT support. Working directly with professionals 10 to 30 years older than her has helped give Selena newfound confidence in her skills going forward.
Working there really, it forces you to get out of your bubble, and I guess what I'm most proud of is me just being more social and people-friendly, and just actually having a professional composure when I'm talking to the employees there.
In Brooklyn Center, Alexandra Renslow, 12 News.
Selena is planning to pursue a degree and eventually a career in animation. She will attend college in Moorhead in the fall. Well, coming up, see how students celebrated the last week of school in Brooklyn Park.
But first, the Wayzata boys tennis team aces their final against conference rival Minnetonka. John Jacobson has the highlights and more when we come back.
Well, this is a pretty good way to start things off with a state championship.
A terrific final for Wayzata boys, a great state tournament for them the last couple of days. Wayzata's boys tennis team stormed to the state Class AA title last season, winning all 3 matches by 7-0 scores. The Trojans knew it would be a little tougher this time around. Facing Minnetonka again in the final, Joey Richards serves for the Skippers at #1 singles. Wayzata's Nick Beatty is sharp. He fires a forehand, then chips a shot, and then puts away a volley on his way to a 6-1, 6-3 win. Sam Tyson's in the far court for Wayzata at #3 singles. After the lob and forehand, Tyson puts away a high volley. Tyson beats Daniel Wheaton 7-6, 6-1. To first doubles, Jake Strom and Steele Kowalczyk in the far court for Wayzata. They take this point and go on to win a third set tiebreaker to beat Nathan Abzug and Brett Erickson in the clinching match. Wayzata wins the state title 5-2. The state softball tournament is underway in North Mankato. Maple Grove Crimson faced New Prague in the Class 3A quarterfinals Thursday morning. After driving in a run in the first, Jordan Malk does even better in the third. The single scores 2 runs. Josie Roll, the second to come home, give the Crimson a 3-0 lead over the Trojans. Sydney Smith is her usual dominant self. Smith strikes out 10 and allows just 2 hits in the game. Her catcher, Malk, has a huge day at the plate. She gets a hold of one in the 5th inning and drives it out for a 2-run homer. Malk is 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs. Maple Grove wins 6-0. They're facing North St. Paul in the semis Thursday evening. Several local teams played in lacrosse finals Wednesday, including the Armstrong girls, the top seed in Section 5. They faced Irondale in the final. Miranda Calbert, their first shot stopped here, but she gathers in the rebound, fires and scores, and Armstrong strikes first 2 minutes into the game. Later in the first half, Calbert sets up a cutting Mari Verbatim for the shot and goal. Armstrong leads 4-1 at the half. The Falcons get another in the first minute of the second half, an Amy Masters goal. Armstrong goes on to win 10-5 and advances to state for the 2nd straight year. In the Section 7 girls final, top-seeded Champlin Park met up with Coon Rapids. Second half, Sam Nolan accelerating for the Rebels. She shoots low and scores, giving the Rebels a 7-3 lead. Later, it's Margie McNamara curling around from behind, sets up Katie Elder for the backhander and goal. Coon Rapids pulls within 2 goals a few times, but Champlin Park holds on to win 12-10. The Rebels go back to state for the 2nd straight season. In the Section 7 boys final, unbeaten Champlin Park faced Blaine. First quarter, the Rebels' Gage Monson fires a shot off the post. Dylan Fettig there for the rebound and goal. And Champlin Park leads 1-0. Good passing here. Justin Linderholm to Max Turgeon to Luke Dahlman for the shot and goal. Rebels lead 3-0 after 1. Second quarter, Linderholm sets up Nick Bundy all alone in front for the goal. Champlin Park goes on to beat Blaine 9-2. Like the Rebels girls team, Champlin Park's boys are going back to state. Wayzata's boys lacrosse team is one of the Minnesota's best. The Trojans faced Maple Grove in the Section 8 final. First quarter, Grant Long steps around the defender and rifles a goal home for a 2-0 Wayzata lead. Max Stecker, perfect pass to Grant Johnson on the cut here. The Trojans lead the Crimson 3-0 after 1. Final seconds of the first half, Jake Wilson rips a shot for the Crimson, but Wayzata goalie Aaron Peterson makes the save. Scoreless through most of the third quarter until Wayzata's Amar Batra gets loose and lasers the goal with 1 second left in the quarter for a 4-0 lead. Trojans play tough defense all game. That carries them to the Section 8 title and a trip to state. 6-1 the final. Same schools meeting in the Section 8 girls final. We pick it up late in the second half. Izzy Shannon feeds Haley Schmidt. Schmidt's goal brings Wayzata within 11-10. The Trojans would lead 12-11 with under a minute to play when Maple Grove's Haley Herdine somehow gets it to Claire McLean, who scores, tying the game at 12. After each team scored on the regular timed overtime, they go to sudden death, and that's when Maple Grove's Lauren Kaufman ends it with a run to the net and a goal. Crimson win 14-13 to make state for the first time. And we'll have more on these games, plus a look ahead to the state lacrosse tournament Monday on Channel 12 Sports Jam. By the way, the Plymouth man is your new head coach of the Timberwolves. Flip Saunders moving back to the bench from the front office for a second time around as a coach.
All right, high hopes maybe?
Yeah, well, we got to hope so.
All right, we will.
Cursed franchise,
That's
it seems
right.
like, you know? I got to win.
This could be it. Thanks, John. Still ahead, celebrating the final school day.
Yesterday we took you to a talent show in Maple Grove. Today we take you to a big party in Brooklyn Park. We'll be right back. Well, as you might imagine, students in Brooklyn Park are happy today was the last day of school.
They celebrated Thursday at the Zanewood Rec Center, and we went and asked what their favorite part of the school year was.
Favorite part of the 8th grade was meeting new students and teachers.
Whole school year was fun.
Probably vacation.
Making friends and hanging out with them friends.
Meeting all my new friends, just having fun overall. The junior high experience, everybody should have fun. Meeting new teachers because that was really fun. And cooking and facts.
Favorite part was probably getting out.
They might have all said that to some respect this year. So after clicking in all those facts all year, students celebrated at the annual Zanewood party where they could play basketball, dance to music, even climb on the rock wall. This event kicks off a very busy summer over at Zanewood, where staff expect to see higher numbers of youth. Camps and the teen zone start on Monday.
It helps them make new friends if they haven't had an opportunity to make new friends, help them grow as young people, provide safe places, interact, engage, and just to give them something positive and structured to do and caring adults.
Something new this year, staff are offering structured evening activities for 6 to 12-year-olds. Staff are also excited about a free camping trip that could expose some teens to camping for the very first time. They don't know where they'll go yet. Details are still being worked out, but that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
I think so. That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Stay with us. Community Corner is coming up next, and we'll see you again tomorrow starting at 4.